What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a brand new WWE 2K Sim video. As today we will be doing Backlash Tampa, the 2K26 Sim today. Um, Kind of, in my opinion, a lackluster card. Um, I'm One. This is way too soon after WrestleMania. Only 3 weeks. And not a lot of build up towards a lot of things that could have already been built up to, in my opinion. Um, Also, 5 matches. Now, for this video, we will only be doing 4, and I'll explain when I show the match card and whatnot. But regardless, 5 matches for a PLE. Now, granted, that's become a norm for WWE to a degree. Regardless of that, WWE needs to break that and come to terms like, hey, we need to do more. In my honest opinion. Um, but yeah, only 5 matches. And those 5 matches being Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the heavyweight championship, Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker, Iyo Sky versus Asuke, Danhausen with a mystery partner versus The Miz and Kit Wilson. And then you have the United States Championship match of Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn. Now, the only reason we're going to be doing 4 matches on this video is because Danhausen is not in the game yet for WWE 2K26. I think it comes out later on in some other season pass or battle pass, whatever it's called, ringside pass. Um, so yeah, he's not in the game. Also, trying to guess who his mystery partner is, super up in the air as well. So for just my own sanity and not trying to fill in 2 positions for something that we don't even know is going to happen or what's going to happen, we're not going to do the tag team match. Now, if Downhausen was in here, I mean, I would have definitely just chosen a random mystery partner or even had I think there was an option to put mystery partner and just let the game choose. Um, but we're just not going to do that one. So we're going to do the other 4. Should be a quickish video. Not trying to say I'm trying to rush through it, but if you saw the WrestleMania video, yeah, that was a long one. Um, so yeah, we have 4 matches. If this is your first 2K Sim, welcome. For these videos, we have 3 basic ground rules. 1, there will be no entrances, none whatsoever, just to save time. But 2, copyright issues. Just don't want to go through that whole enchilada. 2, um, I don't participate in any of the matches. I plug and play. We let 2K literally decide who thinks is going to win the match. The only thing I do is try to predict who's going to win the match and put my 2 cents into it. And 3, I guess, since the only thing I can do also is kind of choose what the match order is going to be or predict what the match order is going to be. I mean, I'm pretty fairly certain that Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for this one is definitely going to be the main event. That is the only major title that's on the line on this one. And the United States is just a secondary title or mid card title. So that'll definitely be the main event. But all the other matches, we don't have a distinct like order of those matches. So I always try to see or choose this is going to be the order or predict what the order is going to be. So that's what I'll be doing today as well. So again, I don't play as any of the people, no entrances, and I just predict match order and who I think is going to win. So with that being said, I do believe the first match of Backlash, if it's not going to be Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, which is a given, I do believe it should be Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. This is the match we should have had at WrestleMania, so this is why I think it should be the very first match to tee us off. Now, I could hear an argument like that it should be Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn, just get it out the way, but also the entrance of Trick Williams alone probably hypes up a lot of people. Same thing could be said about Seth Rollins' entrance. So I think that's the mindset I'm having behind it. You want your 2 big matches to always be either your main event or the starting one. The starting match should always be your biggest one of your biggest matches, just to get the ball rolling on how the night should go. If you have a dud at the very beginning of the mat or beginning of the night, it's going to be hard to pick up from there. Not saying any of these other matches could be duds, but like for instance, I wouldn't start the night off with Danhausen versus the Miz and his mystery partner versus the Miz and all that. Since that match isn't gonna happen, I do believe I can say that that's probably gonna be like the co-main event or the match that would have happened before the main event. Reason being, let's have a laugh before we get into something serious with Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. But that's just my prediction. But yeah, let's start off with Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker. I think that would be the right call. I think that would be the right move for this to happen. Again, match should have happened at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins got cleared a couple weeks before WrestleMania. They set up a match with Gunther. I think just hey, Gunther doesn't have a match. Seth Rollins should have a match just because Bron Breakker wasn't necessarily cleared. At least cleared enough to set up a sort of storytelling behind it to get to that match like they've done now. So yeah, I definitely think this should start it off. How to go about it, I don't know. So I have a couple theories. I do think Bron Breakker's going to win this one. Reason being, though, Bronson Reed has been cleared. Or some sort of interference from Bronson Reed or anybody else from the Vision. None of the other Vision members are on the card, so I can see that playing into a factor. But we've been seeing, the Street Profits and Joe Henry sort of fight alongside of Seth Rollins against the Vision, even though it's like, again, not the greatest working relationship with them. But hey, they have a common enemy at this point. So I think it's easy to say that we could see some sort of interference from all those people mentioned. But that's why I would think Bron Breakker should win is due to interference. I don't think you have a clear victory over Seth Rollins just yet. You're trying to build up Bron Breakker. You're trying to have him be one of the next big things right alongside Oba Femi and other people like him. But he has to earn his stripes to a certain degree. Seth Rollins also is not against building others up and promoting others and helping them achieve their next steps within the company, within their careers, which is a good thing to have. But I think right now isn't that time for that. I think you have Bron Breakker win this one due to interference. And if you don't have him win due to interference, then you have Seth Rollins win clean and show like, hey, Bron, you are not ready yet. But we'll see. We'll see what 2K says will be the end result. You go ahead and comment down below what you think is going to be the end result of this one. But let's go ahead and dive in with 2K.
Here's the bell, and Seth Rollins is looking ready as ever.
The master manipulator, Seth Rollins, always has an ulterior motive whenever he steps into the ring. You can never get too comfortable whenever you're squaring off against him.
Yeah, and he knows that too. Keeping his opponents on edge is what makes Seth so dangerous in the ring. Whatever way this match plays out, it's safe to assume that's exactly how the Visionary had it drawn up.
But then there's the badass Bron Breakker in there looking to absolutely decimate them. When Breakker gets going, he just looks absolutely unstoppable in the ring.
Yeah, and Breakker's had a massive chip on his shoulder lately. Standing across from Bron Breakker is a dangerous position to be in, no matter who you are. They try to sneak attack there.
A pretty terrible effort, if you ask me. But give some credit for trying.
Right to the kidneys from behind. Seth losing any command of this match.
Seth has got to find his spot and take advantage.
Uh-oh. Counters with an attack on Breakker. Reversal. And that turns things around. Oh, man, check out this power. Now down into the cover. Countered into a new cover. And easily kicks out of the count.
That was not even close to keeping him down.
Rollins with a reversal. Rollins able to stop the blitz that was coming his way.
Seth weathered the storm and wants to create a flurry of his own.
Oh, what a kick. Connects. Saw it coming. Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned? Picked up and being carried around now.
Oh, wicked kick to the lower back.
And that intensity of Bron's got tapered down a bit there.
Oof. Knee strike connects.
Breaker is out of the way.
And gets tossed back into the mat.
Seth Rollins. Wait a minute. Rollins acting with such confidence.
And he moves in for the cover. No! Kicks out!
Just barely, but it counts. Rollins looking to end it.
Seth could end it there.
And going for the pin. And it's all over. Seth Rollins gets him. Here's a few clips from the last match for us.
Here is your winner, Seth freaking Rollins!
Seth Rollins comes up big and gets the win.
This is just going to drive Breaker crazy. This is not a guy who can just accept losing a match.
Well, there you have it. I think 2K has the same mindset if I do of, hey, Seth Rollins should probably win this one. That would be the best, I think, in my opinion, setup for anything else in the future for this rivalry. I don't think it's a one and done. I don't think it should be anything that just concludes with just one PLE. I think this is something you do lead up all the way to SummerSlam, and maybe post SummerSlam is where you start saying, hey, Seth Rollins goes in this direction, and the vision maybe hopefully short-lived and becomes something else of its own, but I don't know. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Now, the next couple matches that we have going on are still the United States Championship match of Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, Iyo Sky, Asuke. Obviously, the tag team match that we won't be seeing. But like I said, even though I think we won't be doing it, I do think it's going to be the one right before Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Again, as just a filler, as a laugh, as something to just die down before you get into the meat of it all. But with that being said, I think maybe the next match would be Iyo Sky versus Asuke. Reason being, we didn't see Iyo. We didn't see Asuke at WrestleMania. They are owed that match. Why do I say that? So, night one of WrestleMania, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, had 7 matches, which isn't bad. I mean, for a 2-night event, cool. 7 matches for night one. Night 2 had 6. You're telling me you couldn't have fit Iyo Sky versus Asuke on night 2? You definitely could have. With a lot of complaints that I've seen with how long certain matches were for WrestleMania and all the advertisements we kept getting and all that shit, yeah, you could have cut some of that shit out or even extend it. It's a PLE. It's a pay-per-view. You could make it run as long as you want. You could have put Iyo Sky versus Asuke on there. Not just for the fact of Asuke being on there, but Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky is one of your top women in the division, and you didn't do it. So that was kind of crazy. That was kind of messed up in my opinion. I definitely would have loved to have seen that match. Things have changed now that Kairi Sane has been released from the company. So it's like, I really, 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 really wish we would have gotten this at WrestleMania before all changes started happening after WrestleMania. But I mean, hey, I guess the argument can be made. It's better. At least it's happening. You know what I mean? Like, at least it's happening now, sooner rather than later. But sure, later rather than never. But yeah, I do believe this will be the second match. Why not the first match? Iyo Sky has stolen multiple PLEs before with how great she has performed in the past. Not negating that, but it's the only women's match of the whole main card. So it's like I think you should at least put it at some other point in the card. But I mean, I can see a solid argument for it being the first match, the one that hypes everybody up. Who do I think is going to win? Since I think they are probably going to do a one and done with this rivalry, which I think is a damn shame, I think Io's going to win this one and just run with it, where Asuka would once again, unfortunately, be pushed back to oblivion. Like, after that, I think you see Asuka sort of disappear or go to a mid card now that you don't have Kairi Sane. But I could also see WWE pulling a, hey, making this last longer than it really needs to card and just constantly doing this until they find something else or until other storylines they have going on die out. You have Sol Ruka now on the main roster, probably going after Becky Lynch's Intercontinental Championship, which honestly, now that AJ Lee's off of it and you have Becky Lynch back at it, I think that's the perfect role for Becky Lynch. Building other women, building your up-and-coming people to that next pedigree, to that next level, getting them to major stardom. So I think that's pretty awesome of Becky Lynch and what the company's doing. But yeah, I think that's where Asuka's going to go. I think you may see Iyo Sky challenge Liv Morgan. That would be a fresh matchup. Even Asuka could challenge Liv Morgan, but I think they just are failing at a sense of direction for that and for also the tag team division here. You're telling me you're not putting any of the women's titles, you're not putting any of the tag team titles on this PLE. Now, mind you, this is being filmed or made the Tuesday before Backlash. I'm making this on Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Drinko, for the PLE that comes out May 9th. So if there's any other matches added to this card before, like on Friday Night SmackDown or whatever it may be, it will not be on this video. But again, you're not putting any of those other titles. This is what happens when you shorten your cards just because, one, you want to probably run more advertisements and all that. Two, you keep constantly saying, oh, we want to give each match, as much time as it needs, but then you still have these short ass matches that don't include entrances. When you don't include the entrances, these things are short as hell. Even if you include the entrances, some of these are also still short as hell. So it's not making a lot of sense with what they are wanting to do and wanting to push. But you could have definitely put another women's title on here, title match, another women's title period, a tag team championship match of some sort, something. Again, 5 matches. And one of them was a goofball match with Danhausen and all of them. And that's it. Again, I don't like this PLE. This PLE looks like it's just going to be a dud. But again, I could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. I know the other thing they're also advertising is, hey, John Cena's going to make a history-making announcement. I swear if it's Club WWE or some bullshit like that, we don't give a damn. We really don't. But we'll see what that announcement is. But again, let's go on with the match. This is my choice, or not choice, Jesus. My prediction is that Iyo Sky will win this match. But let's see what 2K says.
Here's the bell, and here we go with Iyo Sky.
When Iyo Sky steps in the ring, we already know this is gonna be good.
Never a dull moment when Iyo Sky competes. It truly is a joy to watch the genius of the Sky go to work.
And then we've got Asuka, possibly one of the most dangerous women in the WWE today. Her piercing arsenal seems to only get more devastating every time she steps into the ring.
Yeah, and her unpredictable nature makes her even more dangerous. When you're squaring off against Asuka, you don't know what to expect. Just expect it to hurt. Tossed with the arm drag.
Brutal club.
Oh, she retaliates. Clubbing blow to the back. Oh, that got turned around on Sky.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shoulder first.
I think the ring just shifted.
Gets caught by the hip. She's got the shoulders down. And she kicks out.
Looking for a quick win there.
And just tossing Iyo out of the ring like that. She's looking to go top rope here.
Gunther's ready.
Watch out. Ah, crash and burn.
I don't care who you are. You're not the same after suffering a crash landing like that.
A picture-perfect inverted DDT.
Incredible pressure being put on Sky.
Iyo has to start volleying back somehow.
Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here? Manages to reverse it. Iyo might be waking up.
Fighting back. She's still very much in this match.
And now thrown back into the ring.
She better pay attention to the referee's count. Oh, my God. Bam.
Shote strikes and another. Just lit him up in that sequence. Return fire from Iyo. And she quickly turned that around. Oh, what a boot to the face. Oh, leg lariat. And Sky felt the full force of that impact.
Yeah, Asuke putting real ferocity behind every move she makes.
Smashing the face right into the ground.
Trouble here. That's a determined stare that's come across her face.
Oh, my God, what a slap.
This is turning into a brawl.
Oh, ouch. Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
This is more like a barroom brawl between these two. Blow after blow. Test of endurance at this point. Softening up her opponent with this flurry of strikes.
A brutal series of strikes.
Forearms for the second rope.
Driving down.
Armbar locked in. Oh, look at this submission.
Not a position you want to be in. Needs to break this submission somehow.
Easier said than done. It's locked in so deep. And she releases her own submission. And I have to question as to why she would do that.
This looks like she's setting the foundation for a masterfully laid trap.
That will effectively take out the knee.
This has to be it.
No, she kicks out.
Running on fumes in there. The gas is running out.
And Iyo gets reversed.
Here it comes.
Empress impact. Oh, my God.
After an attack like that, I think it bears repeating. No one is ready for Asuke. Matches the arm into a takedown. Armbar applied.
Will they tap? Vicious. Trying to get out of the submission. And does.
Big kick to the leg right there. Oh, got the opponent in a bad position. Oh, nice roll through.
Shoulder up before the count.
She's still looking strong.
She's got a lot of coaching clutch. Here we go, baby.
She's all locked up. Hold on, look at this. She makes her escape, breaking the hold. Asuke might be looking to fly. From way up, the way to the outside.
They just put their body on the line, and look at how it paid off. Look at that.
Absolutely unreal.
This is getting ridiculous. How are these two still able to compete, let alone stand on their own free will?
Adrenaline, the rush of the WWE Universe, hyping them up in pure grit.
Totally focused on attacking that leg and knee with a leg breaker.
Referee's nearing the end of the count. Better get back in the ring.
And she re-enters the ring. A reversal. Well scouted. Asuke retaliates.
Iyo Sky able to evade.
As their opponent in position, double underhook applied. Stalling butterfly.
Asuke shoulders her down. Breaks the count.
She's got serious grit. How did she manage to break that pin?
Oh, leg lariat. She's going for the cover. She gets the shoulder up.
So close to ending this thing.
Snapmare. Kick right in the spine.
Goal!
Double knees direct.
Now Asuke looking to end it here. And Asuke wins. Let's take another look at these ladies going toe-to-toe.
Here is your winner, Asuka!
Iyo Sky on the losing side of things here tonight.
Well, there's no denying that Iyo fought her heart out in this one. Unfortunately, she just couldn't eke out the victory.
See, this is the end result I think will happen if they want to extend this rivalry. But knowing WWE or feeling like I know WWE, they're not going to be willing to put that on another PLE. They're just going to be like, hey, this is a one-time thing. This is going to be on Backlash. Now, if the match goes well, by all means, they'll repeat it. But again, until they start extending their match cards to more than 5 matches for PLE that aren't the big PLEs such as SummerSlam or WrestleMania, they're not going to do it. They're just not. And it's freaking ridiculous in my opinion. It's honestly quite stupid. But yeah, so that leaves us with 2 more matches that we're going to do for this video. The United States Championship match of Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn, and then Jacob Fatu versus Roman. Remember, we're not going to be doing the tag team match as I am not going to try to replace Danhausen and whoever the mystery opponent is. So we're just going to go straight on to the other match would be Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn. I like this. I've enjoyed it so far. I kind of wish Carmelo Hayes was involved. Is it because Carmelo's hurt? I always forget if he is or not. I don't know what the official story is behind that, but I kind of wish this was a triple threat rivalry. Carmelo should be involved in this. Sami Zayn is pretty good in what he does. and how he's gone about with his rivalry and kind of helping Trick Williams become more of a viable threat. But I think it's good. I think it's good that we have that going on for them both. But we'll see. We'll see what WWE 2K says is going to be the end result. Me personally, I think you keep it going with Trick Williams. But let's see what they say. Whoa, wait, we got to make it a title match before I forget. There we go. I think Trick Williams should win this one. What do you guys think? Comment down below.
The United States Championship as a tremendous quick pin. Championship on the line. The challenger beats the 3 count.
Oh, and he struggled to get out of that pin.
He answers right back.
Dueling reversals.
Ooh. Locking up.
Transitioning right into the wrist lock.
Deep arm drag. Oh, man, what a boot.
Oh, look at the scope slam. From the top.
Nobody home.
Big boy there, man. Getting clobbered there, dog.
Beautiful athleticism.
Oh, just bludgeoning the competition with that blow. Making a hasty retreat to the outside. Some may consider this an act of cowardice, but I personally think it's strategic thinking.
Vicious arm stomp.
Knew a trick had coming. Getting carried to a vulnerable position here.
Targeting the throat there.
For the title!
Shoulder up and the referee ends the count.
Keeping a loss at bay for now.
Boom!
Nasty stomp of the arm. Bang. Sami making the climb.
Wants to finish this!
Look out! Crossbody from the top. This is what it's going to take. You have to go. And here we go. The Boston Crab. Boston Crab, no more. Finishes that series of strikes with one last big hit.
A little bit close line by Sami Zayn. Sami ducks. Oh, wait a minute. Big drop kick by Sami Zayn.
Put into the corner. What could be next?
Exploder suplex into the turnbuckles!
Signature offense from Sami. And Zayn connects with a haluva kick.
The challenger is not holding back.
Cover. And that's it. New champ. New champ. Now let's look back at that amazing action.
Here is your winner and the new WWE United States Champion, Sami Zayn.
What a championship win for him.
I definitely do not agree with WWE 2K on this one at all. Definitely not the route I would go. I would definitely keep it on Trick Williams. Why have him win it at WrestleMania to lose it on the next PLE 3 weeks later? to what? Then potentially win it 3 weeks later after that at Clash in Italy? I don't think so. Which, if they feature, again, this is my, I'm gonna create a word, pissed offosity behind these very small match cards, but this is why I don't think they'll feature the United States Championship on another freaking PLE until maybe SummerSlam. Because again, if they have 4 matches for this freaking PLE, you didn't even have Cody Rhodes, which I don't know if Cody is cleared and stuff like that. You don't have Cody Rhodes. Well, he is cleared because he just had a match last Friday. You don't have Cody Rhodes on this PLE, so he has to be featured in the next one, right? At this point, it's starting to feel like it would be best if you had brand-specific PLEs like they used to back in the day. Like, hey, Backlash, I know the United States Championship is from SmackDown and whatnot, but like Backlash is specifically for freaking Raw. The next one's for SmackDown. But then you have more extended match cards, possibly. You know, you could have the 5 championship fights for those 5 titles that they have per show. You know, you have the women's and the men's world heavyweight or world titles for Raw, and then you have the men and women's intercontinental titles for Raw. Then you have the world tag team championships for Raw. Then you have on SmackDown the WWE men's and women's champion. Then you have the men and women's United States championships on SmackDown, and the WWE tag team champions. And then you can feature the women's tag team titles on whichever one you want, because they are across each brand, to my understanding, I think. So it's like you have what you can do with that, but right now you're limiting yourself by saying, hey, both brands have capability of being featured on any PLE, but we're only going to feature 4 to 5 matches, period. Yeah, that makes no sense at all. So that's why, again, I think they need to extend these match cards, extend these PLEs, stop advertising as much as they have been. It's making it to a point where it's like, bro, do I even want to watch, or do I just watch the highlights later on social media and find out on social media who won and the hype behind it on there instead of actually watching? Because again, it's just becoming, I could go on this rant for a while, I'm sorry, but it's just it's not fun anymore. It's starting to become not fun, and that's sad to say, extremely sad to say. So but anyways, last match of the Backlash match card is going to be Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. Roman obviously should win. I don't think it's time for Jacob to be a world title contender. Not contender, but title holder. If the rumors are true with all the budget cuts that TKO, which is now the parent company of WWE, is trying to do, and the reasons for all these releases as of late, and trying to get people to take less, and the rumors of maybe Roman being approached that exact same way, like, hey, you're not on TV as much, why the hell are we paying you all this? And Roman ends up leaving or taking less dates and just being a spectacle like Brock Lesnar was. Or, I mean, he has been for a good bit now since he's been a part-timer. And you decide to just have him only hold it or win it at WrestleMania to then lose it at Backlash 3 weeks later. That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Lose it at Clash in Italy? Maybe. But still, that's only a month after. A little over a month after WrestleMania. You could have just kept it on CM Punk at that point. Now, granted, we haven't seen CM Punk other than the Raw after Mania, and I think maybe he's getting a deserved little break. But regardless, I don't think it's time for Jacob Fatu to have that title. A lot of politics are happening behind the scenes, possibly, and the reason behind that rumor of Roman Reigns leaving or becoming a part, even more of an effective part-timer instead of keeping his word after WrestleMania saying, hey, you're going to see me all summer long, is because apparently they've taken him off of the dates for June. And the dates for June lead up to, I think, the Night of Champions PLE that I think happens during that month. I don't remember. Yeah, I think, Night of Champions. I'm looking at my calendar now. Night of Champions happens at the end of June in Saudi Arabia. It's like, what are we doing? It's because he's not going to be featured at Night of Champions. Then what the fuck are we calling it Night of Champions for? I'm sorry. It makes no sense. I wish we would go back to Night of Champions being what Night of Champions was, where each and every single title that the WWE has is defended. Now, it could just be main roster titles for Raw and SmackDown, sure. But it'd also be pretty cool to see some NXT titles. Not all of them, but some NXT titles. And maybe even some AAA titles. But then in that point, then you have a super excessively long match card. But if you had every single title on the main roster defended, that's 11 matches. That is a spectacular match card. But again, you won't do that. You won't ever see that. And that's the dumbest shit. I mean, I think even in past Night of Champions PLEs, not every match on there is a freaking title match. Then why the hell are we calling it Night of Champions? Now, I think it was last year, where they kind of threw a King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring type of thing for Night of Champions, and that led to whoever won that one had a title fight at SummerSlam. Okay, cool. Maybe you could keep that going. I think that should be its own PLE, but sure, cool, do that. But regardless, Night of Champions should have all the titles defended. And you're saying Roman Reigns, your World Heavyweight Champion, isn't going to be on that PLE if he has the title? Then if that's the case, then I could see them taking it off of him. But again, I don't know. But regardless, we're just focused on this PLE. We're focused on this one right now. And Jacob Fatu is not ready for it. In my opinion, it should keep going on Roman Reigns. If it was just a 3-week little loan of a world title and then you're putting it on Jacob Fatu after WrestleMania, you should have just kept it on CM Punk. But let's see what 2K says will be the end result of this main event.
Big prize on the line here, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. In short order, this title has come to be a highly desirable prize here in WWE.
Yeah, this is a championship that rapidly earned a high level of prestige. Lengthy reigns, iconic champions. It's a new legacy that superstars are scrambling to get in on the ground floor of.
Switching it up with the hammerlock.
Ouch. Breaks out and applies a chin lock. Knee strike to the spine. Boom. Getting raided with a succession of strikes.
And any one of those shots, shoulders down, championship at stake. And he has two that time.
Definitely got rocked on that one, but obviously had the wherewithal to kick out.
Cross body. What a launch. An early cover for the title. Throws up the shoulder.
Taking the 1 count might have been wise here.
Big clothesline over the top rope there. Okay, wait a minute. I can see the wheels turning. Think what's next? Suicide dive!
A roll of the dice and it pays off in full.
That's using your head. Countering that offense. taking some minor damage.
Oh, yeah, Roman reminding his opponent that he's not someone to take lightly.
And he gets delivered back into the ring. Oh, the physicality on display there. Unbelievable. Pin attempt by the champion. No, he pops the shoulder before 3.
He's able to fight off the pin attempts, but it's clearly getting more difficult to do so.
Jacob Fatu cuts him off.
Oh, God. Going for the pin. Title on the line.
Defiant kick out from the champion.
How is there enough left in the tank to kick out there?
Samoan drop. Oh, he had the wherewithal to counter Jacob.
Direct and brutal impact. Good reflexes from him there.
Nothing fancy here, just raw power. Being able to pull that off, no one is going to question if you skip going to the gym today.
And he retaliates. Boom! Read that one.
Leaning him against the turnbuckle right here.
Oh!
Some intimidation tactics from Jacob Fatu.
Averting danger with an elbow to the stomach.
And oh, a blow to the bread basket, and he slips away. Oh.
I got right to the gut. These attacks are clearly adding up on the champion.
Par for the course here. The longer this match goes, the more wear and tear we will see. Oh, counters back with a jawbreaker.
Superman punch.
Beyond mitigate.
Roman Reigns about to put his opponent away. No getting the speed.
The champ going all out.
And straight into the pin attempt.
2 count. Kick out. The Hulk lives on.
We are looking at a competitor who simply refuses to let their championship dreams be snuffed out.
And Reigns absolutely can't believe it, but he cannot let that slow him down.
He's faltering, slowly getting up.
Wow.
Down in a hurry.
Roman is being measured. It could be near. Jacob has got a target acquired.
What a reversal by Reigns. Caught in a bad spot.
Set down hard.
Oh, baby, he's measuring.
What a punch. The challenger's looking down and out there.
This is the moment where the wheat is separated from the chaff.
Cover for the championship. Yeah, no, he doesn't get the 3.
Almost inhuman at this point. What's he preparing for? Down with the Samoan drop.
That one busted up Roman.
Oh, he had the wherewithal to counter Jacob. Belly to belly.
And now escaping the mat. Very crafty of him, avoiding the dangers of the ring. Roman,
submission by the champion. 2. Amazing.
Not letting go of these championship dreams so easily.
I don't believe it. Reigns has ended so many matches that way, but this one just took an unexpected turn. Clothesline in the corner.
No doubt about it. These two are giving each other everything they got here. Both of these cats are firing their best shots and still coming back for more.
Yeah, neither one of these superstars are holding anything back here. Neither man is backing down. And the WWE Universe is loving it. Whoa. Oh, and there's a good blow to the body.
Oh, strong impact.
Being set up in the corner for something. Boom!
Bro, is the game freaking being dumb? I think it's trying to do Jacob's signature, but isn't realizing, oh, we need to be further back to do the whole run. Yeah.
Slipping out of
There you go, Roman. Just finish this. Come on, bro. Brother. Y'all gonna have to figure something else out. The AI in this game is gonna kick him again. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Roman.
Reigns just bludgeoning his opponent in the corner.
Clotheslines in a row.
Reigns laying down the gauntlet for his opponent.
Heading out, but needs to be aware of the referee's count. Oh, what a right hand!
Oh my goodness, dribbling the opponent's head like a basketball. Oh my gosh, going head on into the stairs.
Climbing to the top. What's he thinking?
The ref's kept on the top.
All the way down to the floor.
I don't know why on earth you would risk that at this point in the match.
Right about now, Roman Reigns demands acknowledgement.
And he's going to the outside, which will start a count out.
And I think that opened him up. The blood is beginning to flow.
Into a powerbomb. Roman Reigns has just taken command.
Reigns has his opponent figured out.
They are feeding off the WWE fans, now pinning the arm down
And a series of vicious stomps.
oof, right to the leg. Gotta act fast to beat the count.
The seconds are from the top.
You gotta be kidding me.
from the heavens with the greatest of ease.
Stiff elbow will break that up. Delivered into the barricade.
He's looking to take things to the outside now. Counter. He knew just what to do. Just bludgeoning their opponent.
Oh, elbow to the the stomach, trying to get that separation.
Stump puller pile driver.
Wow, we got a front row seat to this action, but it's getting too close, man.
The energy in here is palpable.
Pinned, title on the line.
Champ's in trouble. I knew he could do it, and now Jacob Fatu is your new champion.
These gentlemen get after it. Here are the highlights.
Here is your winner in the new World Heavyweight Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
He won the match and the championship with it.
Again, it's not that I don't want Jacob Fatu to ever be champion. I'm not saying that whatsoever. What I'm saying is I just don't think it's his time. But hey, 2K said otherwise. Even with the weird glitching of him not being able to do a random attack to the corner. Or I think his signature. But either way, there you have it. The match card of Backlash. So, again, the predictions were that Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakker was going to be the first match of the night. I said that it should be Seth Rollins who wins, but if Bron Breakker is to win, it should be due to interference. Not a clean finish for Bron Breakker. And 2K said Seth Rollins was going to win. The next match that we did was Iyo Sky versus Asuke, and it had Asuke winning. I think it should be Iyo because I don't think WWE is going to redo this on a PLE, so I think it should be Iyo. The third match we did was Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. I say you keep it on Trick Williams, keep the momentum behind him. 2K said no, we're going to give it to Sami. The fourth match we did was, or the final match we did was the Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, but obviously that fifth one is the tag team match. That's where I think it's going to go, is right before the main event. We didn't do it on this video just due to the fact that Danhausen is not in the game, and I was not about to replace him and his mystery opponent into the match. And then, again, the main event is going to be Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, where I believe it's going to be Roman who retains. WWE 2K says it's going to be Jacob. Well, there you have it, you guys. This has been the WWE Backlash 2K Sim. So, drop a like. Comment down below your predictions. Whether it's a match card prediction, I love like the order it's going to go, results, your opinions on what should happen within the WWE. Do you agree with me in the sense that they should extend their match cards? Comment anything and everything below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really helps support the channel when you do. And hit that notification bell so you can be notified every single time a new video drops. But until next time, you guys, this has been a WWE Backlash 2K26 Sim. Deuces, y'all.